What's up, guys? Kevin here to bring you a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing day 8 of Horror October 2020, and for today's movie that we watched, we will be talking about Wildling. Um, what a peculiar, bizarre film, I have to say. It was unique, I'd say. For a while, it had a premise that I liked. But then it takes a really, really big turn. That's way different than what like the synopsis makes you suspect. And this was a movie that was randomly selected using a random picker that picked a random movie from a list of horror movies available on Netflix. And this is what I got. Honestly, I'm pretty glad I got this because I do think it is a decent movie and it's pretty watchable, and I enjoyed it a good amount. But as far as like the movie as a whole goes, like there's some like real there's like issues I had with it as far as like um, the way the plot progressed. So I'm gonna read the plot and then tell you about it. So, after a child in captivity under the care of a man who taught her to fear the outside world, a young woman sees her new freedom shattered by a series of unsettling events. I mean, unsettling events that does kind of like allude to like, okay, maybe something weird is gonna happen, you know. But it doesn't really allude at all to what happens halfway into the movie that basically just determines the rest of the movie. Um, so when I like read about this movie and saw it, I thought it was gonna be basically about this girl who was in captivity for the longest time by this one guy, and she finally sees the outside world and has to like try to like fit into it. And she also was like being deprived of like estrogen, like the female hormone, from the person who was taking care of her. And that would lead a lot of people to believe, oh, he's trying to prevent her from maturing, prevent her from having puberty, because he had seen like blood on her bed, in the middle of her bed, which would indicate she was like having her period. So like that gave me the impression that, oh, this movie is about a girl trying to find her way in the world after being abused and neglected and whatnot. But no, it's not about that. And it really kind of annoys me. But I mean, I still liked the movie like a good amount, but like, damn, why did it go this way? So I'm sorry I'm like putting off explaining what happens, but so essentially, uh, she was being told that she should be afraid of this thing called the Wildling, which sounded like a myth, sounded like it could be out there, sounded like maybe her father wasn't actually her father. Maybe her father was like trying to scare her, make it so that she doesn't go outside. You know, maybe it's not like a real thing, but it is. And guess what? She is a wildling. Like, what? Like, how does it go to that? Like, you were just saying, like, it's so weird because, like, the guy was like, be afraid of the wildling. And yet she's a wildling. So, why would he be saying that? Like, I'm so, like, perplexed by that. Like, honestly. And we find out that um, she was like a baby, and uh, the father who found her was actually hunting wildlings and killing all of them because they were like creatures that they wanted to hunt, I guess. Creatures that they thought deserved to be dead based on these like specific group of like hunter people. But he didn't want her to die because she was a baby, and he wanted to try to like take care of a child as his own. And as a result, I think that's why he gave her that like estrogen preventing stuff, or it was some sort of like injection that was designed to block estrogen, but I guess it was making it so that she wouldn't transform into what she becomes, which is this thing. It's a little bizarre, a little bizarre, I have to say. What she becomes. So like, she starts like noticing weird things, like her teeth fall out, which I was like, oh, maybe it was like her baby teeth. But then I was like, well, no, because that's not how baby teeth work. Like, your teeth are gonna like grow out and they'll just literally fall out. So it's impossible to still have your baby teeth at like a older age. Like that just doesn't happen. But what was really happening is that she was getting these teeth of the wildling, and then also her fingernails were getting like just like weirdly colored and long, and then like she was getting like hair in like different places, and the movie just takes such an odd turn with this, and it's half the movie, and I wasn't vibing with it that much, but I mean it's pretty watchable. I mean, I don't dislike this. I mean, I guess it's entertaining, but also like, what is going on in this story? Like, and like she has to like um, escape, and she's trying to like just survive when she starts like transforming, and she was gonna try to like live a normal life with this like family, when this like cop finds her, but she just like decides like, yeah, I just need to survive. So she like runs away, and she was also under investigation for killing a guy, which she did do it out of self defense, to be fair, but she was suspicious, and the cops were probably gonna like put her in jail. So she like fled. Her daddy eventually comes back to try to like kill her, and she has to like battle to win, basically, and survive. And the weirdest, craziest part of all this is that this guy that she like lived with like somehow got the hots for her. Like, it just like happens in horror movies. Like, you see a guy and a girl together, they're just gonna fall in love. It just happens. You don't know why. They just do it. And then they had sex, and then she got pregnant while she was like this wildling thing, and she has like a baby, which is like, okay. So like that adds like a layer to the story, and it also might be like trying to set up for a sequel, like with the baby involved, and like, the father, the kid that she had sex with. At first this movie seemed a lot different than it was going to be. Like, at first it was all about like this like abusive parent who was like doing all these bad things, and then this cop person comes to her rescue and helps her, tries to get her to like fit in, tries to like teach her about things, like teach her how to do girly things, because she basically never learned how to be a girl, and like she was trying to like basically fit in with society. And like, I was like, man, this is really cool. I like where this is going. This is really fun to watch. But then it wasn't that. So yeah, that's how it went down. But I mean, I'm still glad that I got this movie. I feel like RNG gave me a good role. As far as like performances go for this movie, it's interesting. Uh, not anything like really crazy good. I mean, I like the main character girl as the wildling, and like also like the shy girl who's trying to like fit in, because she was like neglected and whatnot. Like I like that. But the weird thing that I don't see that just does not work for me is Liv Tyler, Steven Tyler's daughter, trying to play a cop. Like it just didn't feel right. Like seeing her in this like cop outfit, I'm like, this like doesn't work for me. Um, she was kind of like a motherly figure to this like girl for a little bit, which I did like, but I guess you could say she was more focused on acting as like a motherly figure, so maybe there is some merit to her character. But yeah, her trying to be a cop though at the same time was kind of weird, I gotta say. And also, she's like, she seems like a lot older than her supposed brother. Like, she has like this brother in her house who is like the guy who, you know, has sex with the girl. But he literally looks like her son, but he's not. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, he looked like he was 20 years younger. Like, he looked like he was 18, and then Liv Tyler looked like she was like 40. Like, I don't know their ages, but that just felt so weird to see that they're like brother and sister. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a bad movie to watch. I think it's still worth checking out because it is like interesting to see such a weird plot development like that, and also like the concept of like this girl trying to like fit in at first was cool. So yeah, I still liked it a decent amount despite that. So I'm gonna give this film a 7.7 out of 10. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one.